Whether you love them or hate them, idle games play really well on mobile because of their pick up and play nature. That's why I wanted to put together this list of my top 10 games in the genre. Don't forget to leave a like, pop a sub, and comment down below some of your favorite idle games. Now let's get right into it. First up, we have Space Plan, which is a premium idle game, and that's a rarity in this genre as a whole. Now, you play as a satellite, and you're shooting things out into space, and there's a lot of space exploration and things like that. It's really funky, and I haven't played anything quite like it in the idle genre before, and if you're looking for a premium experience, this is about as good as it gets. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Dark Zone, which is one of my personal favorites. This is an idle MMO where you have a party of characters, you fight against enemies and bosses, you gear them up, you level them up, you unlock new characters to play as, there's a clan system, there's multiple game modes, and all of the in-app purchases are only towards cosmetics, which is really fair. Definitely give this one a try if you're looking for an idle game with a multiplayer component. Next up, we have Melvore Idol, which wears its inspiration on its sleeve. It touts itself as RuneScape, but in an idle game. And RuneScape is already one step from being an idle game whenever you're crafting or you're leveling up your skills. So this really feels at home and it's really fun to do. So if you like RuneScape, but you want something that requires a little bit less hands-on, definitely give this one a try. Next up, we have Idle Champions, which is the most robust game on this list in my opinion, and you can unlock various champions from Dungeons & Dragons lore, and each one is very unique, different classes, different abilities, different play styles. You can select their formations, there's various game modes, you even get progress offline. This just gets updates all of the time with new content, so if you're looking for an idle game with tremendous longevity, definitely give this one a try. Next up, we have Tap Night, which is another rare premium idle game. Now, this one is very straightforward and simple to understand. You have your knight, you upgrade them over time and give them new gear and abilities by defeating enemies and bosses, and they slowly get harder and harder, and it's endless. You can continually progress in this game. So if you're looking for a really straightforward idle experience, this one is your ticket. Next up, we have Realm Grinder, which may just have the most deep mechanics of any idle game in this list. Now, you obviously build your realm, and that includes structures and upgrading them over time and choosing their layout. You can make alliances, there's tons of game modes in this one, and it continually receives steady updates. It's one of the most popular idle games, I think, and for good reason, and it just gets better and better. So if you like city builders and stuff of that jazz, you definitely need to give this one a look. Next up, we have Clickpocalypse 2, which is a retro-inspired dungeon-crawling idle RPG, and it definitely nails the visuals and sound design. You have your party of characters, you delve into these dungeons, you defeat enemies and bosses, then you upgrade them with items, loot, equipment, all kinds of stuff, and then you just repeat that process over and over while also fleshing out synergies and strategizing what your party is comprised of. It does it really well, so if you're looking for a retro-inspired idle game, definitely give this one a try. Next up, we have Tap Wizard 2, where you play as a wizard, obviously, and I love the game's pixel art. Now, you can equip various spells together and synergize them to make combos, and you can actually take control of your wizard directly if you want to, or the wizard just plays by himself, so it's up to you. You can be as hands-on as you want with this one. It kind of feels like a reverse bullet hell sometimes, but I love all the wacky spells and the synergies that you can create, so if that sounds up your alley, definitely give this one a go. Next up, we have Done Idle, which is another dungeon-crawling idle game. Now, I love the distinct classes in this game. Each of them play so different, and they're really fun to synergize together. And the game's loot is really wacky and unique, so it always feels rewarding to delve into the next dungeon and see what you can get. And it does come down to a lot of strategy in order to progress even farther into the game. You can play this online or offline too, which is an added bonus. Definitely give it a go. Last and by far not least, we have Soda Dungeon 1 and 2. I'm lumping these together because they're just simply great. I love this series. It does not take itself seriously. You're going to encounter the wackiest enemies and bosses. You're going to hire on some of the most unlikely heroes into your party. There's just so much content here, and you have two games. The second one I especially love, so definitely give these a go. I think these are must-tries if you're trying to get into the idol genre. They're simple to understand, but they also provide a ton of content for seasoned veterans. Alright guys, those are my top 10 games in the idol genre. Don't forget to leave a like, pop a sub, and comment down below your favorite idol games because there's so many in this genre, it's hard to keep track, and I want to hear some of your favorites. I'm excited to see them, and thank you so much for giving my content a chance. I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.